Welcome. It's the Matic. It's the illest blood in the land. Welcome back to Legends Community. It's Matic 365, or you call me Matic. The choice is yours. Welcome back, Legends. Today I'm back. It is the blur from the middle of the map, and today we're here to talk about Marvel Cinematic News today. And this right here did surprise me, and I'm shocked by, and also even disappointed. So Marvel Studios, best known for TV shows and movies, when it comes down to it, actually confirmed that pretty much these three films, two of the films are not priority films. One film is actually a priority film. And it seems like Marvel has confirmed that the Blade reboot is not a priority film at Marvel Studios, and neither is Deadpool 4. And today, I'm going to talk about that. And also, their priority film, by the way, is no other than Black Panther 3. So, how do I really feel about them saying this? So, apparently, Marvel Studios is pretty much confirming that we're going to do quality over quantity. And they're saying that pretty much Black Panther 3 is a quality film and a priority film with them at their actual studio. Whereas Deadpool 4 and also the Blade reboot movie, it is not a priority film. That's interesting. That is very interesting that they say, you know what? We don't want to work on these films at the moment, but we are more invested in Black Panther 3. You know what? Let's talk about Blade. Because Blade has been the talk of the town, or I should say the internet streets, for quite a while. 2016 is when we started to hear about the Blade reboot. We knew that Wesley Snipes did a great job as Blade, not denying that. The man did his thing as Blade, all right? We knew that he wasn't coming back. That Marvel confirmed that he wasn't coming back for a Blade reboot. They got another actor, but it seems like Blade is going through a lot. Different directors at some point in time, different writers. The actor wasn't filling the script at all at some point in time. And yet, it is 2025, and we still have not gotten a Blade film as a reboot. Marvel. Do you remember? Do you remember when Blade saved Marvel in the 90s? I'm just saying, the original Blade movie that came out in the 90s. Because in the 90s, Marvel wasn't doing well successfully. And Blade, as a movie, actually saved Marvel success-wise. It's a little disappointing. I know Kevin Feige talked about it recently that Blade has 4 different scripts out. Well, what's the problem, Kevin? Kevin Feige, what is the problem? Why haven't we gotten a Blade movie? You talked about these 4 scripts. Something's up with the 4 scripts. That's just my honest take. And I'm like, you know what? He's talking about it, but honestly, it's getting nowhere. It's getting nowhere. All right? We've been hearing about this movie for quite a while. And that's kind of sad because I actually want to see a new actor to take on the role as Blade. That's just how I really feel about it. I'm like, an actor that they chose is a decent choice. He was actually he was a villain in Luke Cage. You know what I'm saying? Season 1. I think Marvel's afraid. I gotta keep it a buck, a bean, 100, whatever it is y'all call it. I think they're afraid that it won't do well in the box office, like the original trilogy that came out. I think that's what it is. Marvel, like, what if we do this movie, but it don't do well in the box office? Well, Marvel, you got options. You don't want to get new writers. Some of the writers from the old Blade movie had interest of wanting to join to write for the new Blade reboot. That got turned down. Multiple directors at some point in time. I don't know if Marvel's been juggling directors for this whole Blade reboot. It's messy. It's messy over there when it comes to that. The actor, I'm pretty sure, is tired of being harassed on when Blade's coming out because it's not really his fault. It's the studio, right? It is the studio's fault because this movie's been talked about being filmed, writing. I mean, it's starting to become an urban legend at Marvel Studios. Like, have you heard of Blade reboot movie? Yeah, I've heard about it. But yet, now this is my honest take. We got a Captain America 4 with Sam Wilson, a black superhero movie, right? On top of that, we got Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Not touching the first one, I gotta admit, but still a dope film, all right? There's no denying it. I think Marvel is just like, I don't think it will ever live up to the hype or the momentum because Wesley did such a great job. That's really what it is. They're looking at the other actor like, can you do Wesley numbers? But that's how I really feel about it. I mean, come on. It got delayed again. Blade. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if the director walks away. Make it make sense, Marvel. Make it make sense. Now, let's get into the next movie that's not a priority film at Marvel Studios, which has done really well too, by the way. And it's no other than Deadpool. All right, Deadpool 1, 2, and 3, highly successful rated R superhero live adaptation movie at Marvel Studios. Now, hear me out on this, because there is a problem, right? Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Deadpool 3, but there is a problem with this. I think sometimes, and I'm going to say it, sometimes Marvel do too many sequels for their movies. Am I right or wrong? We saw that with Chris Hemsworth's Thor, all right? The fourth one was a mixed bag for me. All right, there were good things about it, there were bad things about it, but I'm like, do we want to go with 4? I'm surprised with Deadpool. Deadpool is highly successful, but also you have to remember, Ryan Reynolds said this a while back, it will be a very long time before we get a Deadpool 4. And you know what? I agree with Ryan Reynolds on this. Maybe it will be a long time. I think, personally, sometimes when it comes to 4 sequels for a movie, do we really need a 4th sequel for a Deadpool? Probably not. You know, and like I said, I enjoyed the other movies. But 4 is kind of pushing it. You know what I'm saying? But it was highly successful. I got to give it to him on that. It was highly successful when it came to a franchise. Now, let's get into Black Panther, because we got to talk about Black Panther. The first one was highly successful. The second one wasn't quite living up to the hype. And the third one, they're working on. Now, the problem with the third one to me is a bit of a problem. It's because how they're going to do the story. So apparently, from what I've been hearing, pretty much T'Challa's son will be the next Black Panther. And that means Shuri's going to give the mantle to her nephew. This second movie didn't do as well as the first movie. So Marvel, if you're prioritizing Black Panther 3 over the other 2 movies, will this film outperform the second movie? Because this is the problem sometimes I see with sequel movies. Of course, the first one could be a solid movie. The second one struggles sometimes to be a solid movie. But you're giving this a third chance. Don't get me wrong. I want to see a Black Panther 3. But I want a decent movie. I want this to be better than the second movie. That's just my honest take on it. But it is the hardest working blurred on YouTube, guys. You tell me in the comments, how do you feel about Marvel prioritizing Black Panther over Deadpool 4 and also the Blade reboot? It is the hardest working blurred on YouTube, guys. Thank you so much for commenting, liking, sharing, and also subscribing. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? It's the hardest working blurred on YouTube, and I'm out.